So let's get started. Hello and welcome everybody to this this season's first RIA CyberMeetUp. It's very good to see all of you after a long summer, and we didn't have one in September because there were so many different community events in September. So we decided that we're just not going to, I don't know, compete. So we decided that we're gonna invite you here once a lot of this September things have died down and people actually want to get to see each other again after a while. My name is Lauri. I am from the Information System Authority in the National Cybersecurity Centre in Estonia. And we do this cyber meetup usually monthly. And this is a place for everybody to actually get to know new people and get to see old acquaintances and friends and competitors and enemies. And this is a place where you can hang out afterwards a little while and hear new ideas as well. We have a lineup for you today. It's quite a lineup. It's 7 people. That's a whole lot more. We usually have like what, 3 or 4 people who are talking. But I gotta tell you, 5 of those will be doing a short sort of a pitch, because we have 5 startups represented here who have just completed their 6-month cybersecurity accelerator program with Tehnopol, and they will be showing you and telling you what they do, so you can basically see what people are up to, you know, in the innovation era, you know, like what kind of innovations are being done. But to kick things off, to get things started, it is a very big honor, pleasure for me to actually invite the director of this Information System Authority up to the stage to actually say hi and tell you a little bit about what he thinks is important to say to all of you right now. So Joonas, come on up here. Here's a microphone. Here's a clicker.
Hi. Thanks. Happy to be here, first time. Okay, so actually the first idea was that I should give an overview how bad the situation in cybersecurity is at the moment in Estonian security landscape. But yeah, a couple of my ideas for background. So I'm from RIA. Our main vision, or why are we founded, is that to build and to protect the best digital society in the world. Are we going to keep up with this vision? Yeah, hopefully. From different studies, for example, we ranked in top 3 with Denmark and Singapore, but the expectations regarding different e-services is quite high in Estonia. And we don't have any room for mistakes. And the critical aspect is that user centricity and cybersecurity are on the same axle, but different ends. And they are like controversial goals what to achieve. And we always have to balance and figure out from the strategic perspective what to aim. Where is the balance between the user centricity and cybersecurity? I think Lauri mentioned this cyber accelerator with Tehnopol. I was honored to be mentoring first batch of cyber startups in the springtime, and actually it's a really good way how to think outside of box, how you build up restrictive services, but end user centric way. So we have to take this mindset and implement it in our services also. But yeah, actually I think I'll move to slides because what's going on in our digital ecosystem at the moment. We all know that Estonian ecosystem is totally digital. We don't have any services non-digitalized anymore, basically. And although someone say that we have some alternatives on paper and so on, but actually, for example, from healthcare prescriptions, we don't test them, those alternatives anymore. So what's going on is what's the situation is looking. It's looking quite bad, to be frank, because during 9 months of this year, we have already reached the number of, or actually the number is already over the number that we had incidents last year with impact to end users or to our society. And actually, we believe this number will be twice as high as the end number of 2023. What are the main causes? Definitely the first cause is phishing, and I'm really glad that many startups in this cyber accelerator focused their solutions towards how to prevent phishing, how to get the end users more conscious. But yeah, some examples. For example, we had, this was a cyber attack towards transportation authority. I believe it was in August, yeah. And actually, none of the data leaked, but there was some malfunctions with the services. But yeah, this article is in English, but you can Google it. There is a QR code, and you can basically use Google Translate. Another example is Telia's call error. Actually, this was a malfunction or software malfunction, but for our society, we don't differ actually whether it's caused by cyber attack or normal software error, hardware error. Errors happen and occur always. But another solution, yeah, this one is actually our bread and butter. So we all know Cloudflare. Actually, it has prevented, I don't know how many hundreds of different cyber attacks against the Estonian ecosystem. And it was up and running more than 700 days. But unfortunately, there was a malfunction in one of the data centers in the beginning of in the middle of September. And although the downtime of Cloudflare was only 2 hours, it affected, and there was a public consensus whether we should basically not use Cloudflare anymore, or are there any alternatives? Have we consolidated our ecosystem too much into the one basket? And yeah, I don't know. Laura is constantly smiling. I don't know why, but actually the phishing scams, this is the constant headache and the most popular way how to get your money. We all already know that Estonians are not religious people, but all Estonians believe that when someone says, hey, there's a free parcel for you, there is some gift for you, hey, you don't have any uncles, but you can inherit their money. So people are believing everything. And this is the main issue why all those frauds work. And I believe we all have those text messages from Omniva or DebitD or whatever, and also different banking phishing schemes are quite popular. And actually, I believe those numbers are quite, is it open data or not, but I believe I can say that last year the total lost for citizens throughout this phishing schemes was like 9 million euros, and actually for entrepreneurs it was 53 million euros. So as actually cybersecurity is the third biggest market in the world, like the first one is US, then is Chinese, and then with 9 billion per year GDP is cybersecurity and cyber frauds, basically. So this is why we are speaking about them, and even politicians are quite interested to prevent those numbers, to decrease those numbers, sorry. So yeah, what has changed? Vulnerabilities are exploited in hours, not in days. So every time RIA's CERT E is making some remarks, notifications that there is some new vulnerability and patches, please use them quickly. Then we have a search of ideological activism from our eastern neighbor. And for example, I believe it was yesterday or day before yesterday that we had a new record regarding DDoS attack in Estonian environment. So this is like also like a new normal situation in Estonia. And luckily, because one aspect is Cloudflare, that we don't have any effect from those massive DDoS attacks to our like end user services and customer experience. Some news from RIA. We now have cyber test available in English. You can try it out, 10 different course topics and a small test afterwards. Please contact our organization to use that, to try this out. It's mandatory for some public sector entities, and I believe 15,000 different public sector officials have already tried this test. So, and also we're running some campaigns. We have short cybersecurity videos in our national broadcast, ETV. Many RIA colleagues can be recognized from those series, and you can also access them from Jupyter platform. And also those public posters, I didn't recall to notice any today, but I believe last week they definitely were on the streets in Tallinn. So really quickly, how's the situation from our perspective? Is it like getting better? Most probably no. Our main aim is to keep this end user experience on the same level. So we are constantly struggling and figuring out how to build up new countermeasures to prevent all those vulnerabilities to reach out to be like incident with impact. So yeah, and we can't do it only by ourselves. We definitely rely on our good partners, and I can recognize many of you in this room today. So thank you, and thank you all. So do you have any questions or?
Yeah, first of all, yeah, first of all, big applause. Yay! Woo! Right, thank you. We're going to take one question right now from the audience. Does anybody have a question in the audience right now? People in the camouflage? No? No questions? All right. Oh, there's one question right there.
So you said that there is a question about Cloudflare and like, are we putting too many eggs in the same basket? So what is your feeling, and kind of like what have been the discussions? Do you see any alternatives, or are you currently happy with the choice you have made a couple of years ago?
At the moment, Cloudflare has proven its benefits, and actually regarding different e-services, we have to always make the risk assessments and to figure out some alternatives, like how can we build up redundancy. For example, the biggest effect was that our authentication portal Tara was down when Cloudflare incident occurred, and actually we have some alternative measures and some instance of Tara kept up running. So this is like the way how we should build up. And as Estonian ecosystem is relatively small, we don't have big budgeting numbers. We have to always like to put the focus on this risk assessment, whether we have some money to build up extra solutions or just to acknowledge that this is the one basket that could drop on one day. Yeah, and you said that we have here like friends, partners, enemies. Hopefully not new enemies, but critics are always like welcome in RIA, because all those critical notes, remarks are the ones that are helping us moving forward. So yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Give another applause. All right. So that's our big boss. So yeah, you know. So be nice to him. And so we're going to continue with the topic of startups and innovation and new things in cybersecurity. Find a seat. There's a couple of seats over here. Maybe you'll find something maybe in the back as well. There's a. But we're going to continue in this manner. So we have 5 startups who are going to be introducing their work that they've been doing over the last 6 months. Well, basically more than probably 6 months, but you know, they were in our accelerator. So what was this accelerator about? We had this this program for about a year now called the Cybersecurity Accelerator Program with our good friends at Tehnopol. And Tehnopol, yeah, wave your hand. Yay! Unfortunately, it's over now. No, but to be very honest, yes, this week marks the end of our second cohort of cybersecurity startups who have been in this program for 6 months, and they've done some things and they've developed their things, and today they're going to show who they are. We selected these startups from a bunch more who applied, and we've given them, not we, but obviously our partners at Tehnopol, there's mentorship, there's courses, there's knowledge that we've tried to then pass on to them, and so this is all in the hopes that this will at one point result in a unicorn or something like that in the future. I'm very hopeful. So no pressure, but some pressure, you know. Okay. So all in all, we're going to continue this night in this way. I'm going to invite up these 5 Corsi, Sehaci, SiliconBox, Passport GG, ResilientX, one by one. We're going to give them 3 minutes to talk about their stuff. And then I'm going to try to cut it off at 3 minutes. If they don't stop, then I will have to ask our technicians to cut off their microphone. But hopefully it doesn't get that far. And then we're gonna take a question from the audience, and then it's on to the next one. So 3 minutes plus 2 minutes for a question and answer, so 5 minutes each. So basically 5 by 5, 25 minutes. So 25 minutes of high intensity, high blood pressure, adrenaline, something. You know, that's gonna start basically right now. Feel free to, everybody else who are sitting around, feel free to grab some more drinks and snacks from the back, and let's get started. We're going to start this up with Agu Remmelg from Corsi.io. He's the CEO. Come on up here. Here's a microphone. So there's a there's a clock going to be ticking.
Okay.
Once you start speaking, there's some slides. The clicker, you got the clicker, okay? They're going to put up your slides. Let's put up the slides. All right. Just a sec. And yeah, so once the 3 minutes is over, I'm going to start coming very slowly at you.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
But let's go, and 3 minutes, let's go now.
Corsi.io is a learning management system for medium and large companies. You see in logos here. We are linking learning and performance. Talking about performance, we created next level cybersecurity training and marketplace. And it all started with this old good RIA test, cybersecurity test, which we were unable to install onto our customer LMS system. I'm the kind of guy who does this test for 92 points without looking at theory. So I know the things. I have known the things. But let me tell you a story. I used to work in Portugal a few years ago, and my most important customer was Daimler. You know, they make those nice cars. And their digital arm is Mercedes-Benz.io. And I worked with Sophia, who is managing director of this. She's a very nice person. We have shared the passion for good food. We are foodies. And one nice Thursday, I got email from Sophia. And she said that it's urgent. I have this file, please open and give me feedback. Of course, I opened the email, and my computer was out of order for 2 weeks. Right, so I knew, but now I do. So we decided to create a completely new type of cybersecurity course to turn this old school learning upside down, to change behavior. So we created case-based learning program. You have 9 cases. You have to step into shoes of different people. You have to take decisions, and you you bear consequences. You have it interactive with in different languages, and yeah, you make choices. And if you do good, you can skip theory. If you don't, yeah, you are punished with theory. And that's not all. We created a marketplace where we can provide this course for any company in any country, you can say. And comparing this course with other courses like Ariba or RIA test, this is the only active course which is engaging participants in decision making. It's easy. You can install it to any LMS, and you can have it in different languages. So, and finally, for such a course, you need an excellent team. So we have the best experts like Corsi, the largest LMS, Intea, the largest and oldest e-learning content provider, and RiskSight. So, thank you.
Thank you. All right. So this is me sneaking up on you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So everybody else saw that too, right? So you know that, you know, like this means that, you know, it's. Thank you so much for this presentation. Let's get one question from the audience. Does anybody want to ask a question from Agu up here? Anyone? Still nothing? No? Okay. Oh, there's a question.
Yeah, where can we see this course?
Yeah, if you can switch back the slide. The course is finally up and running in all languages by the end of this month, but you can sign up already now. So this is the address. Take a photo and sign up.
So take a photo with me right next.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, thank you. Thank you very much. One more time, applause here. Right, let's continue. Next up, we have Armands from Sehaci. You saw how this went, right? There's going to be 3 minutes we're going to put this up there. We're going to have your slides up there as well in just a second. Let's see the slides. You got a clicker. Right. And 3 minutes. Can we see 3 minutes? 35 minutes. That's not exactly it.
Some time.
Okay, let's restart. But okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Armands. I'm co-founder and CTO of Sehaci, and we help online merchants to verify their customers with the new digital identity documents. So currently, if you're a merchant and if you want to check your customer's identity, we all have gone through it. You take out your ID card, take a picture from front, from back, take a selfie, company assigns a risk score, and you move on. There are some problems with this case due to the fact that this is not a real document interpretation. It's just an interpretation. There's a risk score assigned to it, and there are a lot of false positive and false negative cases which lead to customer dropout. So a lot of smart people knew about this problem, so they came up together in Switzerland and produced a new standard, ISO 18013. That's kind of based on what EMV payments are working on, and this is extended standard for it. So we see that in the United States, already 7 states are issuing these documents, and many more states are piling up, and very soon Europe will be joining as well. Canada and Australia are in pipeline as well. There are some new use cases, except not just identity verification will be available with these documents, but also education, certification, and medical prescriptions, for example. And big companies are behind this technology. Apple, Google, and Samsung already do support for this. And how we see it, when Apple Pay launched in 2014, there weren't many banks, there weren't many users using it, so it picked up in year 3. So we are currently at this stage as well. This is our solution. There's not possible to show interactive demo, but you can come up to me later. I'll show you on a phone. Market will be growing in next 10 years. This is what we want to see when we show it to investors. We have some competition, Verif, most notably, which is related to this building as well. But there are a lot of companies that do this physical ID verification. It's expensive. We're cheaper. For next year, we are planning to get ISO certification, and by the end of this year, we want to launch the first pilot projects in the US where documents are available. My other co-founder, Joonas, is in Riga. He couldn't make it today, but he has experience in project management, very large projects, and I have 10 years experience in payment technologies. And currently, we are raising angel pre-seed round. And please follow us on LinkedIn and check out our new website. If it's, yes, all good.
Nice. Good. Congratulations.
That was a speed run.
That was a speed run, but you know, like you fit into the 3 minutes very well. All right, good. So, questions for Armands? Right. Next time. Right. Question?
So I didn't understand how you verify that I am me, like that he is not me, or how do you understand that it's really me behind the computer or phone?
Yes, good question. Your document will be issued on your phone. So this is your digital, your EID that you normally get as a physical card. In 2 years' time, you will get it in your phone. So when we check this document, we know that you are you, and if we need to compare it with a selfie or in a real life, it's possible to do it through the government-signed picture of this digital document.
But if my phone is lost?
Then you have to fall back to the physical document. Same as with payment card. If your phone is lost, you pay with your plastic card.
if I don't report that my phone is lost, how will you like verify that someone stole my phone and they didn't make this payment?
That's how currently with Apple Pay as well. If your phone is lost, you report to your bank. And in this case, when your phone is lost, you report to RIA, who issues documents in Estonia to lock the document there.
All right, a lot of detailed questions. Good. You report to the Police and Border Guard Board.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So, anyways, but all in all, thank you very much. Give another applause. I did forget to mention that our founders and startuppers are going to be here after the official program ends as well. So you can basically see them on stage now, and then you recognize them, and then you can go up to them and ask all those questions, how this works, how doesn't it work, and where can you invest? So this is probably going to be the biggest question. How can I invest in your company right now? I have a lot of money, and I need to put it somewhere, and right, that's your question, right? How do I invest, right? That's okay. Anyways. Let's continue. We have the next one coming up here is Rasmus Välling from SiliconBox. Take a microphone. We do have your slides up here. 3 minutes is gonna go.
Test. Yeah. Hi all, I'm Rasmus from SiliconBox. Let me tell you about the unique opportunity on the market. First, increasing number of professionals prefer to use Macs. This is causing the enterprise to shift, but are they ready for the security challenges? Second, Apple has finished its transition to new architecture, but the security vendors haven't had time to respond. Finally, the hackers are actively exploiting this gap and becoming more active. So there is a need for a solution to get the teams ready. It needs to be an automatic system, provide actionable output, and work on the latest architecture. That is why we're working on a sandbox for Apple Silicon called the SiliconBox. It observes and collects all the relevant data. It analyzes and provides you a report of the behavior. Then you can just rinse and repeat with a new sample. We're so early into our journey that we haven't established the pricing yet, but here is an example of a typical entry-level pricing. You get 250 samples per month, and you pay $35,000 a year for the license. Let's have a look at the market positioning. On the one hand, you have the small and medium-sized enterprises which do not have the resources, so we'll focus on the enterprise side. On the other hand, you have the Microsoft, which is an established but extremely competitive market, so we focus on the Apple side. It's still an emerging market. There is no serious competition, but there are signals of demand. So far, we have developed a community edition. It's free to use, available from our website. Please check it out. It detonates a binary. It doesn't have to be malware. It collects all the logs, and it can be really useful if you dive into them. We are a team of 2 macOS security experts who got the idea from the problems we faced on our day jobs. So, in summary, first, enterprises are making a shift, but they're not ready. Second, security vendors are not ready because of the architectural change. And finally, the hackers are actively exploiting this gap. Thank you. I'm Rasmus, co-founder of SiliconBox. We help you understand the threats your Apple devices face.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Questions from the audience. Let's take a question or two from the audience. If there are no questions right now, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
So you say that the competition is basically, there's not a lot of competition on the market right now for this sort of solution. How come?
So this is mainly due to the architectural change. All the existing commercial solutions focus on the Intel side and no longer work on the newer architecture. It's possible to put something together with open source tooling. However, this is time consuming, and there's also similar issues that the existing tooling don't work on the new platform.
Okay. Any other questions from the audience right now? If not, thank you very much.
Thank
Give
you.
another round of applause. All right, we have two more. Next up, there's a company called Passport GG. Ignat, come on up here. We have your slides.
Hello.
We have your slides. We have set the timer, and
Hello.
please tell us what is it that you do.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And before I start, I would like to start from gratitude to RIA and to Technopol by actually making this happen. It was a great opportunity for us to shift from what we've been doing in pure esports to get actually where we wanted to be initially, because we called Passport.gg, Passport for Good Gamer. We've been working for this 5 years, more or less, already creating the solution for ID, but not with a cybersecurity outlook initially. Yeah, and now what we're doing, so we are building the security layer empowering gaming. Why we're doing this? Well, cyber threats are real, and especially for kids, while especially because most of them are already playing games in one way or another, and more than 72% of kids have experienced at least one cyber threat. It can be a very small one, or it can be something big, like which can lead to loss of the account or the even money. And cyberbullying, which is also an important element, is also dangerous. More than 37% of kids who have experienced this have experienced depression. And why we're speaking here about this? Because like cyberbullying can lead to actually big losses in terms of the cyber attack, because it's social engineering. People can use the cyberbullying also as a tool to social engineer the attacks. So why is it happening? We identified three missing security layer in gaming, which leads to cyberbullying, as I said, which leads to theft, like data, assets, like digital assets, or even real money, and predation, which can happen more often in gaming than you can imagine. We developed the solution, so our solution is a unique passport of gamer, where we try to gamify the experience with boring content. Cybersecurity is definitely one of it, and make sure that kids are engaged with this. We want to make sure that parents understand what kids are doing when they're playing, and we want the schools to understand what is happening in this ecosystem. We have the training tools, kind of RPG-style personal development activities powered by AI. We are building the cyber identity, so now we have in testnet the blockchain-based soulbound token. We're considering doing the PQC encryption to make sure that the assets will be safe 5 years from now. And we have an inclusive feedback loop for parents and schools. And our secret sauce, we have been more than, myself, I've been working more than 10 years in esports, and we bring the esports gamification instruments and technologies into this. So we are now working on making this program available in the countries, because we understand that we need to have partners. So we developed the Cyber Safe, as we call it. We want to work with different organizations which can implement this. It can be private schools, it can be public schools, or it can be governmental institutions, where we provide them the turnkey solutions, including content, IT, engagement tools, and services. Our objectives is to heighten the cybersecurity awareness among kids, among parents, among teachers at schools. We engage through gamification, and we want to ensure the secure digital identities, which is important in gaming. The program has few elements, starting from mass engagement and content promotion for esports. Then we have educational content, identity, and what we also now trying to implement is a pen test for schools as a part of our proposition. So we want to onboard schools and make the pen test for them. So we have a multi-layer program with backend solution for professionals and public part. And our ask, what we're looking for. So here I'm not sure it's a pitch event for investors, but it's a great event to ask for help in terms of governmental institutions and helping us to expand the program. Thank you so much, and let's make a safer future.
Thank you. I took the 20 seconds off.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about this initially.
The beginning for the gratitude part, but yeah, okay. Right. Thank you. So, interesting stuff, absolutely. Let's get a question from the audience. Is there a question from the audience right now? There's a question. Just a second, I'm going to bring you the mic so that people online can hear you as well.
What's your business model?
That's a good question. So historically, like our legacy product, which we had for 5 years more or less, was SaaS solution for esports organizations. We've been working with federations, organizers, like the pure esports companies, right? Now we are shifting towards the cybersecurity value proposition, which is less compelling to organizers, but which is more important to schools, and we hope to governmental institutions and also to parents. So now we're experimenting with a business model where we provide the value to schools, and as I said, one of the values which we provide is a pen test as the part of our onboarding process. And also parents, we see the value for parents, where parents can get extra value from premium subscriptions.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. One more time. You got it. Got it. Got it. Thank you. Right. Last, definitely not least, we have another friend from overseas. Let's say across the ocean. We have a song about it. Yeah. Anyways, so Lorenzo is from this company called ResilientX. It'll be on in just a second. Yeah. So we have your slides, we have the minutes. Go ahead, tell us about yourself.
Thank you. So we already talked about how much cybersecurity attacks are increasing worldwide. I think also Joonas mentioned that. But what we have not touched upon yet is what the European Union is doing. And the European Union, with NIS2 and DORA, is asking companies in critical industries to adapt and to become more proactive in the way they manage cybersecurity. And let me tell you about that. They don't know how to do it. So that's where ResilientX was born. We are trying to reinvent cybersecurity with 2 products. Our first product, and the most important one, is Unified Exposure Management, which is a platform that helps small and medium enterprise to find and monitor their external attack path in the same way an hacker would. So basically, just inserting their domain during onboarding, they can see how an hacker could attack, because our platform is able to scan and identify all the digital assets of the company, such as API, web application, IPs, and so on, and will run continuous tests in order to find vulnerabilities in their digital infrastructures. But we were not happy with only one product, so we used the same technology to create our second one, which is third-party risk management, which is a platform, a collaborative platform, where enterprises, in this case, can identify and monitor the risk across their entire supply chain, which is one of the most important things for NIS2 and DORA. And why collaborative? What is the innovation? Because while right now they have to assess manually, individually, the risk associated with their vendor and supplier, with this platform they can do that automatically. And they can even collaborate with their supplier, asking for remediation, sending them questionnaire in a safe workspace. We know that there is competition in the market, but the majority is in US. And this makes the opportunity even bigger considering the size of the market. We launched commercially about 1 year ago, and we already closed some contract with important companies in Italy and in Poland, and we raised money from important investors in Estonia and the Italian government. And we're also happy to announce that we did a successful POC with RIA that was, according to our mentor, very surprising. So thank you, Tarmo. And that's thanks to our strong leadership team with complementary skills in cybersecurity, product development, and operation, already with a successful exit in the industry. Now we're raising 600K because we want to expand our market, and we want to improve our product and also patent our technology. And this is everything from my side. And this is my email. I just want to add that if you're more interested to know about the technology, we're more than happy to do POC with whoever would be interested. And that's it. 3 minutes perfectly.
All right, nice, nice. 3 minutes. It looks like you practiced, right? Okay.
I tried.
So yeah, proof of concepts all around. So basically, get in touch. But let's see if there are some questions from the audience to Lorenzo. Yes.
There is
question.
Also there.
Oh, there's another? Oh, you already had a question, so let's.
I mean, I will be around. You can ask me later.
No, let's get a question over here.
Yes, you mentioned Europe. That you are in Europe. Are your systems also hosted in Europe?
Sorry?
Are your systems also hosted in Europe?
Yeah, we are currently, as I said, we are currently selling in Italy. That's where the majority of our clients are, because our team is based between Latvia and Italy and UK. And we are also a strong pipeline in Poland and the Netherlands. For example, for what regards third-party risk management, it's a service that will be requested and necessary quite soon, because NIS2 has become enforced basically 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago. So yes.
And your service, is it also on-premise possible, or is it all
It's a cloud,
okay.
native platform, basically.
Okay.
So
I will ask you more questions later.
yes, more than happy to talk more about it.
All right, interesting stuff. I think that's it. Let's give it another applause. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So this concludes the startup part of our RIA CyberMeetUp. You heard them. You saw who is representing which company. I know that there's some people from previous cohort here as well, but all in all, take your wallets out and invest in these people, because they are going to be selling to the future. Right. So let's conclude this with my colleague Kaisa, who is going to tell you a little about an upcoming event that we are co-organizing, co-hosting, not hosting, but we're co-organizing with our friends in Latvia, where you could also be a part of if you want to contribute or if you want to collaborate or just visit. Go ahead.
Yes, sure. Hello. Nice to be here on the stage. Usually I'm behind the curtain. I prefer that though. but it's nice to welcome from my side as well. I'm Kaisa, working at RIA as the cybersecurity community coordinator, and more precisely in the Department of Research and Development Coordination. We coordinate there innovation in cybersecurity, maybe, yes. You heard pitches. Their pitches were very fast-paced. Usually I'm a slow talker, so I will try to keep up. Today, my topic is one of the activities we do, which is bringing the community together, such as the events we have here monthly. I'm talking about the Baltic Cybersecurity Innovation Forum that will take place on the 3rd to 5th of December in Riga. No, this is not a typo, not at RIA, but in Riga in Latvia. So that's the best place to be at that time. So why is it in Riga? It's because we belong inside a network of national coordination centers around Europe. That is under the ECCC, the logo that you see each time over here. And our partner from Riga, NCC, came up with the idea. We just joined, we thought, let's make it bigger, let's give our community a possibility to introduce themselves, and let's see if we could do some collaboration. So came up this idea of a CyberBazaar. There are more variations of a CyberMeetup, CyberBazaar. And Latvia is indeed the leading organization for it. They host it, they make decisions. We do our best with helping, and we do a lot, don't worry, we're not just doing anything. And Latvian NCC belongs under the Ministry of Defense, similar to actually Lithuanian. So Estonian structure is a bit different. We are under RIA, And with this event, we aim for these 4 things. If you belong to a company, if you are interested in business development of your company, then this is a place to bring different enterprises together to see where we can help each other. We are very nearby, we have similar issues, we don't have enough resources, sometimes we don't have enough time, and maybe there is some expertise in the neighboring countries. We are going to start with the Baltics first. So B2B matchmaking is one of the priorities. Another one is to promote innovation in general, in the field of cybersecurity, obviously. Then of course, to share knowledge of what is going on a European scale or in the Baltic states. And as there are different pillars in that cybersecurity forum, then definitely offer the platform for our next generation talents to give their ideas. We heard already today 5 new great ideas. They are younger. They are even like next generation. So let's see what do they come up with. So Baltic Cybersecurity Bazaar is a forum. It's not a conference because it consists on different parts, and I will show this with a table. So these different parts are aimed to different stakeholders. For example, I mentioned the next generation. We are organizing a hackathon on the 3rd and 4th of December in Riga in the University of Latvia building. And we are inviting all the vocational school, university, even high school students, even non-formal education students who are who have great ideas that they want to show and develop, who are interested in challenges, who are interested in maybe first international experiences. Then this international is, you know, it's not that far, but it is the first kind of a different event where you crash in the university building with your mattress and a sleeping bag and develop an idea for 24 hours straight, and then you have time pressure. You might not be in the team where you, like if you register independently, you will be assigned into a team, which means that you also learn how to be in the team and work in that team. So there are a lot of challenges. We are expecting up to 300 participants from 3 Baltic states. And I know for a fact that the Estonian schools are quite interested. I'm not sure if it's going to be 100, but never know. There will be up to 60 teams developed, so there will be up to 60 new ideas, which is great, because each of this idea might turn into something big. This is the pillar for our next generation talents. If you know anyone who would like to have this challenge, then the winners will be rewarded, and they have time to register either in a team or independently by 18th of November. Next pillar, stakeholders. We're talking about research institutions. Who over here is working in one? Raise your hands, yes, yes. Okay. This is a place where we've opened call for papers. Our researchers are able to submit their research papers by 27th of October, so it's in 10 days. There are different versions of it, whether it's a full paper or it's an article. So we are accepting this. There is a very distinguished panel or an evaluation committee. Consists of 22 members. One of them is present here today. FYI, find yourself who is this one. Basically, by that time, we're waiting for new research ideas, that the ideas that will be presented on the 5th of December at ATA Center, or other worthy of a mention who won't have time for the 5th of December, they will be offered to present their ideas on the 3rd and or 4th of December virtually. So the others who are interested in that track can register up to 20th of November, which is the general deadline for the rest of the pillars. So I brought here Technology and Business Development Conference. However, those are also 2 tracks, so technically 5 pillars. One, I mean, the name says it all. One track is talks about technology, about new emerging technologies, about something that is ongoing on the European scale that needs more attention. So technology track will visit those topics. Business development, which is very in our focus of that forum, gives the enterprises some knowledge how they could develop them better, what sort of funding to use, what to keep an eye on. We will also have like a block inside that for ENISA, but those events that are on the 5th of December, they will all start together in one huge room with the welcome from the Ministry of Defense of Latvia. The rest of the agenda will be also updated within a couple of weeks on the webpage. And the event will then divide into those 3 tracks, and it ends together again. So it's a huge event, and at the same time, everyone can visit the expo area that has only Baltic and only cybersecurity related organizations with their booths on the expo area. We will also offer them the possibility to create workshops. At the same time, we will also urge the participants to go and see what they're doing. We will put their contacts on the webpage before, so maybe even if you have some organizations you want to hear about one-to-one, then just agree a meeting with them and use the time wisely and use the possibility to go back home with 1 or 2 or 10 new contacts that could potentially develop into a project or develop your organization somehow better. It would be great to see more projects from organizations. There are Digital Europe programs, Horizon Europe programs, European Defense funds. There are funds for you to apply for with projects. There are some expectations that you'd have to have 3 partner organizations in that project. So for you to be able to apply to that, to get this really good funding, to develop your organizations and the industry further, then that is a possibility for you to go and get some contacts from the Baltic states. So basically, that is more or less how it's going to look like. Come and speak with me after this. If you have any questions, then I might be able to answer. That QR code is just my contacts, either phone, work, or email. So take a look at that if you want to save it. But other than that, as I mentioned, our Latvian NCC is the leading organizer. So there are some details that only they can answer. So here I am. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much. So all in all, sign up and come to Latvia with us, right? All right, let's do this. You can find Kaisa later on and ask her more questions about this event. The Latvians are very excited about this, and so are we. And we're hoping to gather some, actual, make it happen in a cool way. Let's wrap this up today. All right. So after, yes. The conference, is it also available online? Some parts, yes. Not all parts are available online. Right. Let's wrap this up. It's been an interesting hour. After this, we conclude this. You can still find some more snacks and some drinks and hang out with each other. And we won't kick you out just yet. If you do find some new contacts, there are some bars around here that you can find the spot after this is over as well. We will see you again. Next time is going to happen on November the 14th. Mark your calendars. It's going to be a little bit more research heavy. We're going to have people from our good friends from Czechia, the Czech Republic, to come back here to talk to us about what are some of the research items that they've been working on security and certifications and stuff like that. And so we're going to give you the lineup in a short notice. But with this, thank you everybody who's watching us online. I don't know, this camera? No, this camera. Yes, thank you everybody who's watching us online, and have fun at home and have fun around here. Right, thank you. Bye.